Hello and welcome to the Business Day special. My name is Elizabeth Musa, and today I have the privilege of speaking with our very own Disney princess. I'm here with Simisola Gbadamosi. She's an actress, voice actor, and the youngest Nigerian ever nominated for an Emmy. And this is for her lead role as actor in Iwaju, an animated science fiction series produced by Walt Disney Animation. Welcome to the show, Simi.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming. Firstly, you see I've done all of my introduction, but if you were to introduce yourself to me, what's the best way you would introduce yourself?
To you?
Yes.
If I just randomly met you?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, my name is Simi and I'm 13 years old. I think that's the most I would say.
That's the most you would say. All right. Nice to meet you. So tell us how you got the role in Disney's Iwaju and what the audition process was like for you.
So my talent agency, my now talent agency, Road 14 Studios, emailed a casting call to the parents, I think, of girls within a certain age group, and there was like a script and instructions to record. So I recorded it with my mom, and then we sent it off. And a few months later, we found out that I got the role, and that it was a Disney role. So yay!
You were very excited for
Yes.
that, I'm sure. And I imagine that for you, when you saw that happen, you would have felt like, oh my goodness. When you knew it was Disney, what came to your mind?
I've always loved Disney shows.
Mhm.
I was like, so I get to be a part of them. Wow. Pretty awesome.
Right. Now that this entire journey of being on Iwaju, you've been nominated, the first young Nigerian to be nominated for an Emmy. How do your classmates, friends, how do they relate with you now? Anything changed?
Nothing really changed. I didn't tell them. So when I was in America and they found out, they were like, "Why didn't you tell us? I'm so proud of you. You're gonna win it." I didn't win, but yeah, they were very nice. When I was out of school, my school presented an assembly to me, and I'm glad I wasn't there because they would have called me out. Nothing really changed. People just like if they saw me, they would say hi or ask me.
Right. They'll say hi and ask you a question. So what do you love most about being a voice-over actor, artist, and how did you discover this passion at a very young age? I mean, you said you're 13. As at the time you were
10.
You were 10, right? So
One thing I like is because I get to be different characters. Even though it's my voice, I get to be different characters using my voice. And I didn't really discover the passion. It just kind of came out of nowhere.
oh really?
Nowhere.
How did it come out of nowhere?
That audition was random.
Okay.
A random day in my mom's room, my dad's room, we recorded it. I didn't expect the trajectory of my life to go in this direction.
Interesting. Being the youngest Nigerian ever nominated for an Emmy is such a historic achievement. Firstly, do you know that?
Yes.
I'm sure you know that. So how did you feel when you first heard this news, and who did you share it with first?
When I heard about the Emmy, my mom told me. We all flew into excitement. Who did I didn't really share it with anyone, but they told like my extended family.
And what does this Emmy mean for you personally? I mean, away from family and all of that. How do you feel about it?
I've always enjoyed like watching the Emmy, Oscars, all of them, all of the red carpets. So being on the carpets for one of those pretty exciting. I was like, how did I get here?
Oh my goodness. And how was that? Tell me about how that was for you. You know, I saw you dazzling in the purple, this purple really gorgeous outfit. Who styled you? How was it like when you got into, got to the carpet? You know, all of those, I would say, shenanigans that you have to do. How did you handle that?
Yesterday, you also made my Iwaju premiere dress.
Nice.
Right back. The carpet. First of all, we got there very late,
Mm.
so and then my mom and I accidentally skipped the line without knowing it was.
Mm.
So when we got to the front, the carpet was closing. I ran on. There were like 3 photographers that Disney representative
Mm.
lady said that we should go to. So I went and I took the pictures. There were 2 interviews, I think, and then at the very end there was a Lego. That was very exciting, and I wish they sold that because I would so buy it.
Nice, interesting. And what were some of the most memorable moments and highlights for you working on Iwaju itself?
When my mom would make me laugh, because there are these, I forgot the name, but there are these things where you have to have like expressions, so like a sound of surprise or a gasp or a laugh.
Okay.
So there was a window in the recording studio, and she would come up to the window and make funny faces. Sometimes my sister would join her, sometimes my dad would join her. Or my dad, normally he would pick up, there was a microphone outside, so he would say random things to make me laugh. Or when I needed to sound excited, would say things that would make me excited.
These are some of the moments for you. So, I mean, I've already asked you this question before, so I'll just come back to where we are now. You mentioned your mom will make you laugh and all of that. What's the role that your parents have played in this journey to, being this superstar that we all are speaking to now? I mean, can you share what kind of support that your parents have given your mom and dad as you've journeyed on this path into the entertainment industry?
First of all, I don't think any of us thought I would be here. So they've been adjusting and trying to figure out how to expose me, but not provide.
Right.
They've always told me that they're very proud of me. And when I started, they got me a voice teacher because it was my very first time. So it was help me better express. They've always been very supportive. My entire family has always been very supportive.
You mentioned your sister a lot as well. That's your younger sister. Interesting. So what are some of the biggest inspirations that you have, in now, I'm sure you're seeing it as a career path now. So do you have some inspirations in voice acting, animation, and what are some of the things that you've learned from them?
I don't really have any inspirations in voice acting. But if I were to think of one person, maybe Walt Disney, because he built his entire company based on a dream that he had. Like his idea. I think that's very cool that he could do that, and he did. I think it's the first colored animation. Yeah, very inspiring. So if that, all you have to do is dream.
Simi, I know you read a lot because I've seen some of the interviews. I know that you obviously read a lot. You say it every time. So this year we're already in April now. How many books have you read this year?
I'm going to say bottom. I don't know how. I don't count my books because I read very fast.
Wow.
I'm going to say bottom line 20. In last week, I read 2.
This is why I cover my face.
3. I don't know. So we're going to say 20.
20
bottom line.
Just in 3 months. Okay. Let me keep it moving from here. So how's it like balancing, what you do now as a 13-year-old? Balancing anything is hard, even as an adult. So you're balancing school, acting, personal interests. How are you able to do that and just still stay grounded, still read as a hobby?
Mainly, I just have to remind myself to focus on different things at different times. And normally, interviews are either during school breaks, like midterm, Easter break, or on the weekend. So I have time to focus on school, focus on interviews, I guess. Also, God helps me to keep my feet planted on the ground. I also think there's some things that I love too much, such as reading. I know that sounds weird.
So, Simi, what's your vision for young Nigerian girls just like you? Because whether you like it or not, you're a role model as it is. I don't know if that gives you any sort of pressure, like, oh my God, can I just live my life? But what's your vision for young Nigerian girls, especially young girls who dream of being part of global productions like Iwaju? What are some of the opportunities that you know or that you think that they can access to get access to similar opportunities?
My dream. For people who want to be like me, I first of all pray that you get to be in a place where you would like to be, even if it doesn't work out for you. And I feel like maybe number one, telling your parents what you would like to be is a good place to start. And also joining a talent agency because they send you on auditions and stuff.
So that's about it. I like how you're keeping it short and simple. I'm sure you've heard this a lot of times. People will say, "Oh, look, I see like this. You're so mature in the way you think." So, what do you think is the reason why you have this like depth of knowledge and just being able to, just you are really mature. That's the bottom line. So, what do you think is the reason for this?
I would like to think maybe because I read a lot. I have seen people or read people make mistakes and I refuse to make the same mistakes as them. I'm also in my own head a lot. So I think a lot. So I think very deep. Why I'm mature? I'm not really sure. I guess my mom calls me an old soul and my grandma calls me an old soul.
All right, tell us 5 random things about Simi that you want to share with us.
5 random things about me. My favorite subject in school is history. My least favorite subject is between biology and PE. I love building Legos because it's just very therapeutic and fun. My dream vacation spots are Italy and the Maldives, and my favorite thing my sister has ever cooked or made or baked is garlic bread.
Is that 5 already?
That's yeah.
And speaking of baking, I know you had like a bake. You started something at the age of 5. What's happening with that? Are we still on it?
No, unfortunately. Life got too hectic and I unfortunately had to stop. But I still bake. I still cook with my sister. We like doing that together.
Interesting. What's next for Simisola? Voice over acting. What are some of the things you want to keep exploring? And then I know I was supposed to you probably have something else that you want to be, that you've always had it in mind to be. What's that?
Wait, when I was younger, I wanted to be a doctor because of Dr. Stephens. And then I went through too much medical trauma to be a doctor, so we're not doing that anymore.
Okay.
I really like design and architecture, so I would like to be a form of designer. The type is to be decided, but I would like to be some form of designer.
So what's next for Simisola when it comes to voice over acting and all of that?
You have to stay and find out. You have to find out.
Right. Thank you so much, Simi, for your time today. Really lovely speaking with you.
Me.
Thank you so much. Do you have any final words for us? Thank you very much. It was so lovely speaking with you. And that has been the Business Day special today. Lovely speaking with our very own Disney princess. My name is Elizabeth Musa. Keep watching BD TV.